see a blue movie boo. I feel link up with you.
Oh, Animal DJ.
Me no want no salsa bag, I touch them can't sample me. Jack no boot so gal no so much, me not go work with that. No for them a top wine, but in a bedroom flat. Gal a talk up and me can't give me not go yes, no talk. Me like them belly flat and them coon fat. Them coulda come one by one, I coulda roll in a pot.
My name is Jackie and I teach a writing cluster at the English Language Institute. My writing cluster has students from levels 4, 5, and 6 in it. So sometimes I have to say things in different ways so that everyone can understand. When I use English, I tend to use the highest level first to give the lower levels a chance to see it in a more complicated way. And then I break things down and say it, or say things more simply, and then again more simply if some students still don't understand.
I am Eric Flanagan. I teach and tutor at the ELI, and so the way I use English in my classroom or with my students, yes, I simplify my English. I speak slower, I use fewer reductions, I use simpler vocabulary for sure, and sometimes the students will say they want to learn English like it's spoken on the street, and I realize I'm speaking, in a very simplified way, and I need to adjust it if they want to hear real English.
My name is Man Jiang. I used to teach TOEFL preparation course back in China. The way I use English is totally depends on which level of students I'm going to teach. So the way I use English in my classroom for basic level students, I'm going to use more simplified English along with body language. And for the advanced students, sometimes I'm just going to use my facial experience a little bit, but basically my instruction is kind of based on just my oral English. And also Chinese in my classroom. For basic level students, I'm going to use maybe 40% Chinese in the classroom, while for the advanced level students, I'm going to just use 10 to 20%.
My name is Tai Li, and I have had 5 years teaching experience in China.
Yeah.
And actually, I think I seldom change my language when I was teaching. I think one reason is because I'm a foreigner. But whenever the students show some difficulty in understanding of some complicated words, I will explain them in more simplified words, so to help them to understand what I'm saying. Yeah.
My name is Mahmoud Jah. I'm a French teaching assistant at the University of Delaware. Yeah. The way I use French is different whether I'm teaching beginners or intermediate students. I adapt the language that I use. Sometimes they do not understand. I have to use gestures and to make them guess what I mean. Sometimes I have to use other words simpler than that. Sometimes I have to use more complicated words to make them just guess by the meaning.
My name is Hao. Yeah, I taught English in China for like 1 or 2 years. When I was teaching grade 3 students and adult learners, of course they were all beginner students, I would simplify my vocabulary. I wouldn't speak like too complicated vocabulary to my students, and I will slow down my speech. Not like this. It's like I would slow down my speech. I simplify the vocabulary and the sentences.
Bitches in the back looking righteous in a tight dress. I think I might just hit her with a little Biggie 101, how to tote a gun and have fun with Jamaican rum conversation. Once in rotation, my man Big Jock got the Glock in his waist and was smoking, drinking, got the hooker thinking, if money smell bad, then this nigga Big is stinking. Is it my charm? I got the hookers eating out my arm. She grabbed my arm and said, let's leave calm. I'm hitting skins again, rolled up another blunt, bought a Heineken.